Hey friends, family, supporters. Wanted to give you guys a three-part series here. First one, wanted to testify of kind of some things God's done in my heart over the last month. And then I wanted to share kind of some things that are emerging, things that are next, give some vision. And then I want to go into practical needs that are also coming up. And so first, guys, I wanted to start, man, this last month has been absolutely transformative in my heart. I feel like God has been just rocking me to the core of who I am with his love. And something I'm realizing is, guys, it's so easy for me to operate in gifting, and I'm called, to ministry, to full-time ministry, and it's so easy for me to place my identity there. But something he's just rocking me with is his love for me, and that I am accepted in the beloved. There was this one moment that kind of broke this open in my heart. It just started to crack the dam in my heart in this area. My good friend's dad was in the prayer room about a month ago, and he comes up to me and he says, "Hey, would you rather be a Peter or a John the Beloved?" And I looked at him, kind of chuckled. I said, "Well, I tend to probably be more of a Peter." And he just talked to me a little bit about kind of John the Beloved and how he leaned and he knew how to receive God's love, and he was proudly announced that he was the disciple in whom Jesus loved. And he just had this profound revelation and understanding that God loved him and that he was one that was loved by God. And so anyway, he was kind of sharing that, and I looked at him. I said, "Well, I'll let you know when I get it down, And then he just kind of gave me a side hug, and he didn't let go. And there was just this moment where he put both arms around me and he just didn't let go. And probably about an awkward minute and a half, 2 minutes probably, and I just began to break. And I just began to weep and weep and weep. And it was like I just felt the Father's love, just like a baptism of just love, and just kept hitting me in waves. And I remember like I was embraced by this Father. And I feel like the Lord was just ripping out these deep roots of rejection on the inside of me. There was another day, I think it was the next week after that, where we were praying for the love of the Father to touch a generation, because truly our deepest longing as human beings is for unfailing love, is to be absolutely loved, not as we should be, but as we are. And so we were praying. God's love just invaded the prayer room, man, and I just began weeping and weeping and weeping. Corey came up to me. He was praying for me. He says, "You're a good son." And dude, when he said that, there's something again. It was just another wave, man. Just hit me in the heart, man. I just began to weep. Even got delivered probably to some critters. I don't even know what happened, but man, I was just weeping and weeping. And then there was a third moment where I was in core group, which is kind of our small groups in the school, and I just going through just so much fear and terror. I was just experiencing a lot of warfare, and man, I just opened up my heart, and they gave room for that, and I just wept and wept and wept, and just confessing things that I'm walking through, and God was just meeting me, and it was one of those ugly moments where snot's just running, and everyone's huddled around just embracing me, and I just feel like, dude, this month has been some of the best month of my life, if I said that right. And just getting wrecked by the love of God, and getting rooted in the fact that I'm accepted in God's family, that I'm a free son that's able just to run around in his house without fear of doing something wrong or whatever, and God's just rocking me with that. And I believe that that's the core of intercession. That's the core of anything that we do, assignment-wise in God, is we need to know that even in the place of intercession where we approach the throne room of God with boldness, man, we need to know that I belong here. I belong in the throne room. I'm bold to come to my Father and ask things because I know that I belong there. And so God's just rocking me. So that's just a testimony of what God's doing in my personal heart. Next things, guys, that they kind of opened up today, that phase 2 of the school is around the corner. So that starts in January. So I plan to do that. They say the first phase is kind of getting rooted in the scriptures and things, and kind of just been on the journey I've been on. But this next phase, they really want to cultivate my life message and kind of become a voice. And so, I'm deeply called. I believe any place of intercession, you ultimately emerge into becoming a voice. But it has to start in the place of prayer and loving Jesus in the secret place. And so anyway, I feel the Lord tugging me to do phase 2. Corey's told me it's just kind of part of, on ramp into what's next for me. And so I plan on doing phase 2 starting January. It goes January to May, I believe. And then honestly, guys, I wanted to just bring before you my friends, my family, those that support me financially, that I have some real financial needs that are coming to me. And I know it's kind of uncomfortable to talk about money sometimes. It's been what I've been blessed to get to do for a living now, is that I'm called to full-time ministry. And part of that is to receive finances from those that are called to the business realm. And so here I am. I'll just be honest with you guys. I need about $500 a month in monthly support. I'm down that right now. And then, guys, this school is going to be $3,450 for the phase 2. And so one-time gifts of $3,450. And then in March, they want to do a mission trip to Mexico. And so that'll be, I don't even know how much that's going to be. So, but I'm not going to worry about that until that comes. And ultimately, I believe if it's God's will, it's God's bill. And so, but I wanted to bring that before you guys, friends, family, supporters. I know Giving Tuesday is coming around and the holiday season. And so, all the tax deductible stuff. I know there's big end year giving. So I just wanted to bring this before you and let you guys know and give you an opportunity to sow. Ultimately, yeah, it's my job to ask. It's your job to obey God. So if he says don't do it, then don't do it. But if you would just pray about it, ask God, like, man, would you have me give anything? Either increasing, even monthly giving. Maybe some of you have been on the team for a little while, and maybe the Lord would even tell your heart to increase monthly giving. I would so appreciate it. it would deeply bless my life, and then, God would bless you and all this stuff. And so it's so cool to see how God, he connects all of us, and so, and then again, if you have questions or want more information on certain things, I'll be so glad to answer that. But yeah, guys, I'm asking you if you would consider praying either one-time gift or increasing or starting to give monthly. Again, I need about $500 in monthly support, and then I need about $3,450 in one-time gifts. And so it's a miracle, man. If you're not doing things in God where you need God to show up, man, I would question if you're following Jesus, because he always brings us to these points in our walk where we need, and we need God, and we also need brothers and sisters, and we need the family of believers to come together. And it produces humility, it produces character, I believe, on the inside. And so I'm dependent on Jesus. I fully trust him, and if it's God's will, it's God's bill. And I wanted to invite you into the journey of faith that I'm on. And so thank you guys so much. I bless you, and again, would love to hear from you. If you have questions, please reach out. All right, love you guys. Talk soon.